Dressing your kids for school can be downright elementary when you watch the school day forecast. Weekday mornings, 35 minutes after the hour on the Weather Channel. Weather you can always turn to.
Front that moved into the area on Thursday camped around again today, making it kind of a cloudy, drizzly day, but we do have some expectations of a better forecast as we balance out the weekend. We'll get into that forecast over the next couple of minutes as we look at the facts and figures for today. Normal high is 76, normal low 60. Our extremes today were 64 and 60, putting that about 6 degrees shy of where we should be. A little bit more than 1/3 of an inch in the bucket. 37/100ths of an inch of rain since midnight. 1891 has the dubious honor of having the record high on this date of 91 degrees. And then 1990, almost 100 years later, 44 degrees was the record low established on this date. Right now we're sitting at 64. The relative humidity, boy, that's a hair-curling 97%. North breeze, very light, 3 miles an hour. Barometer on the fall, 29.97. And reporting some drizzle, still some light precipitation stuck around that frontal boundary. That low clouds and high humidity will also help to induce some patchy fog in around the area tonight, so please drive carefully. 65 at Newburgh to 63 at Islip, anywhere from 63 at New Haven to 66 at Newark. Get the feeling it's right in the middle 60s, anywhere from 62 to 66 degrees across the area. Well, it's going to be pretty well uniform through that area tonight as well, holding in the 60s and then looking for some patchy fog, maybe a little bit of drizzle, but that should be burning off tomorrow, allowing us to see a lot better balance of our weekend. Go ahead and look at the satellite perspective, national basis, a lot of sunshine throughout the deep south, Texas, streaming into California, Washington State, and in North Dakota. Elsewhere, though, we have a lot of cloudiness pouring off the Atlantic seaboard, some low clouds still to move on out of here, and then we have another stormy weather pattern setting up in the midsection of the country. Let's take a closer satellite perspective. You can see the cloud cover over most of the Empire State on across New England, but some sunshine did reappear in much of Pennsylvania, western and central areas of Pennsylvania, down through West Virginia. Had some drizzle around Philadelphia all the way up into Newark, and that extended even on up into Boston this afternoon. There you can see it on the radar screen, anywhere from eastern Massachusetts all the way down into around Delaware Bay. Found a few heavier thunderstorms at times, and even a closer radar vantage point, still showing the perspective of some light rain brushing by Central Park, moving out through Long Island, but I think it's pretty well winding down. We're almost into the drizzle and low cloud stage as we move on through the rest of tonight. Again, the front's close proximity, but it continues to push on off in the Atlantic. High pressure pushes on in. After patchy fog tonight and some low clouds, maybe a little bit of drizzle, we'll look for an improving forecast. Temperatures, pretty much what you see now is what you're going to get overnight as uniform conditions. 71 for your high tomorrow, looking for a lot more sunshine than cloud cover. And our extended forecast describes some more sunshine into Monday, and it's on the forecast for Thursday. Sandwiched in between, maybe bringing in some rain, but temperatures pretty much on the mark.
This is the Weather Channel. Weather you can always turn to for accurate, dependable weather forecasts 24 hours a day.
Severe thunderstorms build in the Great Plains. For all the latest radars and forecasts, stay tuned to the Weather Channel.
You are tuned to the Weather Channel. Mike Bono and Dennis Smith with you this afternoon. Going into this evening, let's take a look at the tropics. There is some action, and let's get right to it. GERT, these coordinates as of 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 300 miles east of Veracruz, Mexico, which is right about here. Winds 35 miles an hour. It has still a depression. It hasn't been raised up to tropical storm status, but probably will once it gets its feet wet over the Bay of Campeche, which is this bay right here. Pressure still a little bit higher than it was, meaning not as strong as it was yesterday when it was down over the Gulf of Honduras. West-northwest at 12 miles an hour, so it's taking a track pretty far south. And that is good news for the folks in Texas, meaning less of a likelihood it will make landfall in Texas, more of a likelihood in Mexico. But stay tuned to the Weather Channel. In the Gulf of Mexico, these things can intensify very rapidly, and we don't want to rule anybody out yet. The Mexican government with tropical storm watch out from Soto La Marina down to Veracruz, and they may be extended or even turned into warnings depending on the future track and intensity of GERT. Stay tuned for more. Looking at the satellite photograph in motion just the center of it, just emerging off the west coast of Yucatan and beginning to organize a little bit better. The thunderstorms, the rain showers intensifying, the upper level circulation, but very well defined. And we have a new player right now on the map, a newly named tropical depression, well to the north of Puerto Rico, not directly associated with the flooding they're getting today, hundreds of miles away, but it's 300+ miles south-southeast of Bermuda, and this one could intensify, but it looks like it's almost certainly going to stay off the mainland. Temperatures 50s to 60s northern tier, even 49 in Rapid City, so a little bit
Panhandle. And look for mountain snows 3 to 6 inches in the Continental Divide in Colorado. And on the east coast, it's low cloudiness, rainy, drizzly, not very pleasant weather, and some showers of the story across parts of Georgia and Florida. Here's national radar in motion over about a 7-hour period, showing just the advanced elements of that storm that's backing through here starting to be seen now, right on the outer edge lines of thunderstorms in Colorado. Lighter rain now, a little more fragmented as you work on east, and showers the story right on up the east coast to around Boston. Thunderstorms in the western plains, Colorado, back down into the panhandle of Texas could be severe. Tornado watch eastern Colorado till 6 Mountain Time. A couple of others, Kansas down into the panhandle of Texas until 11 Central Daylight Time.
Heavy rains move in just where they don't need them. We've got the whole wet picture coming up on the Weather Channel.
For regional Michelin drivers reports, call the Weather Channel Connection, 1-900-WEATHER.
Let it rain. Let it snow. You've got Michelin's new all-season MXV4. A luxury performance tire with a very special feature. Climate controlled. Michelin, because so much is riding on your tires.
Find Michelin tires at this dealer near you, because so much is riding on your tires.
Whether you live on the coast or if you're traveling to the tropics, Tropical Update is an essential feature to watch, and you will find it only